Everyone, it's the Wargaming Guy bringing you a tutorial. That's right. Oh, I know you're excited. We're actually going to run through parts or all three of the tutorials for Attack at Dawn North Africa. Why? Because I've been told that I need to do this, that I should do this, and so I figured if I'm going to do it, heck, I might as well drag you along too. I've actually done this before, but it has been a while, and it will be interesting to see if they've changed the tutorial, which they might have. And it's possible I might remember that, but it's also possible I won't. So, so anyway, this is the first tutorial. Teach you the basics of the game, like the interface, the units, the groups, group movement and formation, stacks, and combat. So, leave us play. Toot number 1. Okay, your mission is to prepare your forces for deployment on the Western Desert Theater. You'll be given the elite 7th Armored Division with the goal to train it as much as possible before the end of before the start of hostilities. Hello. To move through the tutorial, use buttons previous and next to exit the tutorial. Click exit. To change the game options, click escape and choose options. Remember, hover over parts of the screen to see more information. Push F1 for help. All right. So, a couple of words about the game interface. In front of you, zoom in and zoom out is the scroll button. There we go. Or the page up and page down keys, which we won't bother with. Scroll the map by moving the mouse cursor to we know how to do that. And at the bottom of the screen is the mini map right down here. Click on it to center the camera on that location. Above the map, you can see date and time, weather, settings for game speed, etc. Okay. So yeah, when you click you can center where you want to be. Okay. Next. Interface continued. Above the minimap, you'll see buttons for changing views. You can get the hex grid, which, of course, I always like in my games. I know many people do not. You can change the look of the map with Map View button. What do you think? This looks more actually like, say, a classic war game would have looked. This looks a little more realistic / abstracted or something, so we'll keep this one. Then you've got this, which you can change to these count. I played with these counters for a bit, but these are better, I think. And you can change so you can do all that stuff. All right, so there we go. Click on a unit to select it. The bottom right, you will see in the info panel with the unit's combat factors, strength, morale, etc. Hover over it to see more information. So let's go ahead. We can click this and we will see. Here we go. There's the strength and all that stuff. And if I hover over it, you can actually check all that out. Now, the same does not happen here, though. You got to hover down here. So, and as you move about, you can see there's the morale, there's the strength, there's the thing. So you got all that stuff going on. Next to it is the command panel showing available unit commands. That's this thing right here. With it, you can halt moving units, split stacks into individual units, issue route order, manually select target, order artillery strikes, detach unit from division or brigade, clear minefield, build, or remove bridge. Some commands are available only at certain situations, but more on it later. So there we go. There's halt, there's the thing, there's splitting the units or the stack, and there is detaching. So, all right. Units part of larger groups, division, brigades, Kampfgruppen. They are all shown at the bottom of the screen in the group panel. Currently, you see only the 7th Armored Division, but in most scenarios, you'll have more groups. To select all units in a group, click on the group button or press group number 1 shown on the button. Okay, so here we go. To select all units of a group, click on the group button. Oh, that's not a link. I thought it was. Okay. Yeah. Or number 1, if I do that, I select all of them and I hit it again, it centers. So there you go. That's how you do that. Oh, there it is. I knew I was, yeah, that's, you can also just click this. You can also do it by holding control while clicking on one of its units. Okay, let's do that. And looky there. But if I hold control, boom. Okay, there we go. You can also select individual units, which may or may not be from the same group. To do so, you need to use the rectangular selection, clicking on the map and dragging a rectangle, which you've all seen. There you go. You can also detach a unit from a division by clicking the detach command. This unit will become detached and will not follow your group orders anymore. So that would probably be the detach attach command right there. Unit movement. To issue orders to a unit, select the unit, right-click on the destination hex. The unit will calculate the fastest route and take you there. Try that now by selecting the unit to move and unpausing the game. To unpause the game, press the pause button on the mini-map. So, all right, so we're going to select you, and we're going to move you here. And we are going to unpause the game, which actually I thought yeah, that's not even working. That's interesting. Here. Nope. I don't think I want to go to the next turn. Yep. Yeah, I'm using the hotkey, which is P, and it's not working. Okay. I could have swore that you used but apparently I was wrong on that. Whoop, there you go. So, movement. Okay, here we go. Hotkeys. P, pause, unpause. Real time mode. Ah, okay. Yeah. We're not in real time mode. So, there you go. I don't think we're going to take all the time to watch that, so there, but we'll just let it go ahead and move. So there you go. You can oh, that's interesting. For road movement, you can override this and choose standard movement if you want to. For whatever reason you would want to do that, not sure, but anyway, let's just go to the next one. You can manually draw a movement path by hovering over selected unit, pressing and holding the right mouse button, and dragging a movement path. When you release a button, you receive a movement order. To halt a unit, press Halt command, hotkey, backspace. You will see all the current active movements, orders, press and hold space. Like that. Okay, so let's just move this guy right here. Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead. Yeah, if I hold spacebar, you can see the movements. So let's just go ahead and, oh, look at there. We've got some enemy guys up there. Unit moves faster on the roads, of course, and the speed decreases or increases depending on the unit type. All right, go to the next one. To issue a group order, group movement order, select a group and right-click on the destination hex. Okay, so we know how to do that. Group movement. You can manually draw a line for a road, and so it's the same thing as moving single units. It's just you're moving a group unit because you've selected the group. You can choose a way. You can choose the way the unit looks. We've been through that. Unit counters show type, symbol for morale bar, division, brigade, stripes, strength, and combat factors. Stacks. Okay, we're about to make one right here, I do believe. No, yeah, it's going to get there. Or did we run out of time? We ran out of time. So there. Boom, there, we've got a stack. So there you go. You can choose to play in real time or turn based. I've done that. I personally think it works better turn based. So that's the way I'll be playing it. Combat unit happens automatically when the unit is adjacent to the enemy unit. Based on the unit's combat factors, it inflicts damage on the enemy. The amount of damage is shown by the combat bar, a line connecting the attacker and the defender. Each colored box on the bar corresponds to 5% morale that the enemy unit loses per hour. You can also see in the combat panel on the top of the screen. So we would have to actually get someone down here. So let's just bring you guys down here and see what happens. Oh, we're still moving. Sorry. Okay. There we go. Let's see it. Let's zoom in a little so we can get a nice view of this. Here they come. 5% morale the enemy unit loses per hour. That's what it says. There we go. Now the color shifts, though, must mean something, right? And you would think... I'm not sure if you get any information here this way. Oop, no you don't. Okay. It's too bad. It'd be nice if you could just hover over it. Click next. Now move your units left to the Ruziwat Ridge. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to move any of them. And engage the Italians and unpause the game. As the units fight, their strength and morale will decrease. For more details, hover over the combat panel. Okay. When its morale reaches 0, it will rout. Tomorrow morning, it will recover and again become available for combat. So let's bring you right here. And we'll go. Let's see how we're doing here. So we're inflicting quite a bit of losses on him. He doesn't seem to be inflicting much on us. So you would think... Now, I don't see the bar either. Maybe you only see that. I think we will when he routes, which he will eventually do, I think. The little bar that you can see on my guys pops up as it's all red. See, the way this guy's coming, he'll probably engage him in combat. I should have swung him around. So I'm losing very little. He seems to be losing quite a bit. There he goes. He's routing. There can be a maximum of 2 units in a single hex. The exception is a routed unit which can pass but not halt in a hex containing 2 units. You cannot move your units into an enemy-occupied hex. 6 hexes around the unit are the unit's zone of control. You cannot move directly from one to the other, so I was right about that. Routed units are the exception. And now unpause the game and capture the objective, which is Ruziwat. Okay. He's not inflicting... He's actually hurting us worse than we're hurting him. That's not good. So maybe we'll pull back. Okay, good. He's gone. Let's get up. Hello. Okay, so we're starting. He's still hurting us worse than we're hurting him, but at least we're hurting him a little bit. And these guys will have to move up there as soon as this turn is over. There we go. There we go. Let's go, boys. Come on. He's routing onto the ridge. How are we looking here? Okay, he's getting his butt kicked there. He's not doing so great there. How about this? He's a little better. He's got 3 squares. I've got 2. But over here, I've got like a bunch. So, shouldn't take too much longer. And this first tutorial will be done. I think I'll be recording all 3 of these and then kind of editing them together. I may cut some of the slow parts out just to speed things along. Come on. Come on, you know you want to run. Just get it over with. Nope. Okay, next turn. I don't have any air power or anything, so it's just us and them. Dude, come on. There we go. That's it. Yep, he's out over there. Come on. Thank you. Now, if somebody could just move in there and take that, we could win this game. It says I control it now. Oh, no, that's right. I'm the British. Okay. And he's running away. Turn's almost done. Get either of you guys. You should be quicker. Let's just do that. And end of this thing. So I'm going to see it through to the end, or someone will say I didn't play the tutorial right. Ta-da! So there we go. So they lost 283. And that music is loud. We lost 77, and we only lost 1 tank, so it's not too bad, I would say. So there you go. Press escape to close. And that's it for the first tutorial. Hey everybody, it's the Wargaming Guy. Welcome to tutorial number 2. And here we go. We're going to be covering things like battle prep, victory conditions, supply, boxes, forts, minefields, bridges, artillery, HQ, Air Force, and more. So let's just jump right in and see what this tutorial shall bring us. Welcome to the second tutorial. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our supplies. We'll also teach you how to use forts, boxes, and minefields. Finally, you will learn how to employ your artillery and Air Force units. Hover over the screen to see more information or press 1 for help. Alrighty then. Battle prep. Most scenarios allow the offensive player to redeploy his forces. You can place them anywhere within the unshaded parts of the map. To redeploy a single unit, select the unit and hold the left mouse button pressed. Just hold the left mouse button, I think would be enough there, while dragging to a new location. To redeploy a group, select group, drag the formation on the map with the right mouse button like a group movement command. So wait. So to move one, you use the left mouse button, but to use a group, you use the right mouse button. Aha. When you're satisfied with the deployment, click Start on the top of the screen. Okay, so let's zoom out. Here's my objective. Now, I don't suppose anybody is going to let me, like, start over here. Let's just see if they'll do that. No, they won't. I didn't think so. All right. I have played this before, so, you know, I have a little... I know what's coming, and it's actually challenging here. All right, so let's go ahead and... When you're satisfied with the deployment, click the Start button at the top. Yeah, I always forget it's up here. Most everything else is down here, so it's kind of weird, but okay. There we go. And go next. To win the scenario, the offensive player must capture and hold all objectives. Open stats screen F5 to see who controls which objectives. Well, there we go. And according to this, we have not captured any. So the Axis have them all. There we go. Okay, the condition is checked. This condition is checked at the end of each day if the scenario reaches the final day and the condition has not been fulfilled, the defending player wins. Okay, units need supply in order to move and fight. Now, open the supply view, F2, and press and hold the space bar. So there's my supply. You see each unit's supply path. Let me zoom out just to make that a little more clear. There we go. So that's our supply hub right there. These are the paths that the supply trucks take from the nearest supply sources to individual units. Click on one of your units, but before we do that, that's their supply unit as well, or depot as well. Okay, click on one of the individual units, and the info panel will show the unit supply situation. Hover over the panel to see more details. So we can see that they are in pretty good shape, 16 of 16 supply, and this guy's in pretty good shape, Okay, so let's get out of supply view. Okay, so we've done that. Estimated time of arrival. The time until the unit receives another batch of supplies. When that time arrived, the unit checks for a clear supply path to its supply source, avoiding impassable terrain and enemy units. If there is a path, the units replenish its fuel and ammo. Otherwise, it remains unsupplied until the next day. Round trip time, RTT, is a time between two unit resupplies. If the unit moves away from supply source, RTT increases and it receives supplies less and less frequently. Now turn off the supply mode. So I'm going to turn it back on actually, because I'm not sure about this. Okay, so we've got, so there's the, there's the RTT, 2 hours. Okay. There we go. Okay, boxes and forts are fortified hexes which provide defense and attack bonuses to occupying units. Boxes are temporary fortifications. Forts are large and permanent concrete emplacements found around Tobruk and Bardia. Now, press and hold F4 to hide all the units and see terrain underneath them. Okay. Oops, press and hold F4. There we go. Take a look at the Italian portion. There are 2 boxes there. One is immediately left of the Cairo Bridge, and the other one is down the road towards the objective. Take this into consideration when making your plan of attack. So here's the objective, and we got a fort and a fort. Down here, there are no forts. But down here, we got other issues. So there we go. Okay. Minefields reduce the speed and combat value of the crossing units. You can see that the enemy position is protected by a minefield. You can move over it, but it will reduce your speed and combat value. To clear a minefield, select a unit, press minefield command, and select the adjacent minefield hex. It takes several hours to clear 1 hex, and you have a limited number of clear minefield actions per day. It gets refilled at the end of each day. Because you can see the minefields, and down here we don't see any minefields, but these bad boys are going to be a problem. Okay. Pontoon bridges can be built and removed using bridge command. To build a bridge, your unit must be adjacent to a river hex, have available bridge action, and at least 1 available pontoon bridge. When you build a bridge, the number of available bridges is reduced by 1. In this tutorial, you can use existing bridges, but you can also build an additional one to help you at crossing the Nile. So, for example, this boy can build a bridge, although it looks like this bridge there. So we may not actually need it, but then again, if we built one here, would it be quicker to just blow straight across? Well, we'll have to find that out, won't we? Artillery is also a very important and powerful unit. When enemy units is under artillery fire, it becomes disorganized. It moves about half speed, has half its original attack value. In order to order artillery strikes, select an artillery unit, press the artillery strike command, hotkey A, and select the target. This bombardment will last for about an hour, reducing enemy morale and making him disorganized for the duration. Each group has one designated unit as an HQ. You can recognize this by the white flag. Interesting choice of a HQ unit as a white flag, the universal symbol of surrender. But anyway, and the unit counter on the info panel. That HQ is usually the group's artillery unit, but you can redesignate it on the beginning of each day via HQ command in the command panel. Okay, HQ has a command range of several hexes. Range is shown on the info panel. If a unit is outside this range, it suffers reduction in combat effectiveness. Exceptions are recon units, which can operate freely outside of this range. So here's an HQ, and it's interesting. It's clear the minefield, so there we go. This unit, so it can go 8 hexes, I guess. And down here, this is the HQ. Okay. Air Force. Air Force is represented by airfields, air units, and air missions. Air units are based on airfields. They can execute strike, recon, and ferry missions. At the bottom of the screen is an airfield panel showing a list of your friendly air units. Click on an airfield button to see its details in the panel. I've only got one. And there it is. Green, one or more air units ready for action. Yellow, no air units. White, air units have executed their daily number of missions, 3 per day. And transparent, there's nobody there. Okay. Air Force, in order to order a mission, select the airfield, one of the air units, select a command, strike, ferry, or recon, and the mission target. That air mission will take off, fly towards target, execute the mission, and return. While over the target, it's fired upon by the enemy. It can be damaged or destroyed. If damaged, it returns to the airfield to be repaired in one of the following days. Each day, one air unit is repaired. Attack the enemy and capture the objectives by the end of the day. Very good.